Let's do just a little warm-up on the circle of fourths and make it kind of simple. Just to make sure everybody's at least getting started. I'm not going to go crazy on this, but let's just do the most simplest thing we can think of. I'm going to use the open strings. I'm just going to go E, A, D, and G. Those are fourths, E, A, D, G, meaning A is the fourth note in an E scale, D is the fourth note in an A scale, and G is the fourth note in a D scale. And we can keep going all the way around. There'll be 12 different chords or notes in the circle of fourths, but I'm going to keep it kind of down simple here. Let's not get too far ahead of things. Let's do them as cowboy chords. I'm going to play E chord, A chord, D chord, G chord. Chords that you are probably familiar with. I'm just going to play them with a little strum pattern. Just doing a little down-up strumming. E, A, D, G. So I use those when I'm just testing a guitar, if I'm seeing if it's in tune. This actually does not sound perfectly in tune, even though I've just tuned it 3 times. But some of the chords sound more in tune than others. But to me, that's really a. You could also just use that as a chord progression itself. Check this out. I just kind of did a turnaround from G to E, chromatic walk, G flat, F, E, bom, 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 just like bouncing down the stairs. So that's just like a 4-chord pattern, but it does sound pretty cool. And you could, definitely take it up the neck and go. And keep going. You could really blast. You could take that up higher and higher and really play some wicked leads and everything. Get really carried away. But for now, let's keep it really simple. How about power chords? That could keep going. It's just a good practice for your ears and your fingers. And it helps you figure out songs. If you know a little bit about the circle of fourths. If you're curious about what happens after G, the fourth note in a G scale is C. So it's kind of fun to just do 4, but 5 chords. I'm going to make them dominant 7th. You can make, those are still major, but the 7th kind of gives it that bluesy edge, a little bit of a bite sound. So that's fun. Let's do that again. E7, A7, D7, G7, and C7. All right, what's after C? What's the fourth note in a C major scale? That's something that is not difficult to figure out, and it's fun, and it yields benefits, helpful benefits. It'll help you understand guitar and music. So all you got to do is play a C major scale and count up. Sounds like a Johnny Cash song, doesn't it? And we all know Johnny Cash's music is not like Bach or Beethoven. Even though it is classic, it's not that complex. It's pretty simple. So often you're going to walk the line to using fourths. All right, so yeah, the fourth note in a C scale is F. All right, so now we got E, A, D, G, C, F. You love F, right? Okay, so what's the fourth note in F major scale? That's what you got to be thinking about. Major scale. So that's a B flat. So now we got E, A, D, G, C, F, B flat. How are you doing on B flat? We lose a lot of kids on B flat every year. All right. Serious problem. B flat. All right. Then what? What's the fourth note in a B flat scale? Think fast. Right. E flat. Very good. You get a gold star. E flat. E flat. So, if you don't know E flat, you probably should at least find an E flat note and build a chord on it. Or a log cabin or something. Or a yurt. Or E flat. Establish a base camp at E flat and expand. E flat. All right, what's the fourth note in the E flat scale? Right, A flat. A flat. All right, what's the fourth note? So we've got E, A, D, G, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat. What's the fourth note in an A flat scale? It's fun. I don't like mindless puzzles or word finds or things like that, but I like real stuff that gives us real results that we can use to make music. I don't play games. I play rock and roll. So there's a D flat. All right. G flat. B. E. That's how you do it. So it's just play a major scale off of each chord, and you will become more fluid with your guitar. You'll understand how chords hop from one to the next. Just work on that circle of fourths. You might look at the diagram and say, what am I supposed to do with that? Just start at the top, maybe play the C chord, go to the left of that, and you'll see an F chord. That's your fourth. Go to the right, and that's a G chord. So then it gives you... You got to know that. You got to know your basic 3-chord thing. And you can do that all the way around the chord wheel or the circle of fourths and fifths. It's really fun. So I hope that you get a little bit interested in that. My diagram I made that I hang on the wall is pretty dopey, but I would just recommend getting a book or look up some videos on the circle of fourths. I'm just trying to give you some hands-on starting point. And if you can only do E, A, D, G, that's a good start. Go with that, and when you get curious, move on to C, F, B flat, E flat, and just keep working your way around. Pretty soon you'll be able, it's kind of like just learning to walk. You take your first step, and then you fall on your face, and then you try it again. Just get moving around that circle of fourths, and you will really enjoy it. I think it's very satisfying. It sounds good, it feels good, and it's a good exercise for your brain and your ears and your fingers. All right, so good luck, and thanks for letting me show you that little bit of a beginning of circle of fourths.